Alright, so what are we doing?
Oh, taking measurements of this little plate here and a plate down here and this thickness, and we're gonna make a receiver hitch for it, like a ball receiver.
So we can tow regular trailers with the ball on the wrecker.
Yeah.
It appears the chickens have come to help. So everything on here is not entirely welded straight. It's close, but that's going to mess with a bunch of angles. And then we're going to take, well, this will be the bottom plate, but we're going to take these measurements and go to the plasma cutter. Going to put them in SketchUp and then really cut out some parts. I would love to, but I don't think we're going to get them lined up just quite right. So we might have to save those for the drill press. We can mark them underneath or do something. That's not a huge deal.
So this bottom piece is just going to be the same, except
this is more or less flat with the ring right there. So we can just take the diameter of the ring, measure the edge.
I think the edge is going to be the same as the top. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be, but like from this edge to the ring, that'll be an important measurement. Then the diameter of the ring to cut out, and then the bottom plate and the top plate are going to be the same.
Oh, you want this cut out? Or do you want it? I was just going to go like...
Oh, yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Like, we can do that. We got to go past there, though, so maybe like halfway through the ring or something, just so we got something behind it.
Yeah, I was going to go like kind of generally...
Just somewhere back here.
Yeah.
So maybe a good halfway point, like, or maybe a third, quarter to a third or something, past the ring, somewhere over here.
And then, see how far do we want to go from right here? Where do we want the ball? This is the ball.
That's a good question.
Great. So there's 5 inches right there. 130.
5 inches? Yeah, that's good because we got 4-inch gussets. Here, let me grab some of those. 6 inches? Yeah, because we got the half-inch plate with 4-inch gussets.
That's 6 inches. Ooh, it's a really good thing we checked. Okay, 6 inches?
Yep, 6 inches should be good for the ball, so we'll need to go a little past 6. Make sure we got enough metal.
160 millimeters.
And do we have another trailer hitch around here somewhere we could measure the general spacing?
We're gonna run into different sizes, so we can just make sure it'll work with like the bigger balls too. The bigger balls.
Yep, bigger balls.
What did we decide? 6.2 inches. 160. Okay.
All right.
I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, me too. I am starving. I'm gonna die if we don't get food. All right. So this is SketchUp, and you've made the basic design for the top plate. Then you got to transfer it to something to make the G code for the plasma cutter.
Do I look like I know what I'm doing?
Nope, we'll figure it out. So you've taken it from, what were you using before? SketchUp?
To, yeah, SketchUp to Fusion 360.
And Fusion 360, you can make this into G code for the plasma cutter.
Mm-hmm.
After you push a bunch of buttons and hopefully something does something.
Right. Man, it's been a long time since I've done this. Let's see here.
So now you have to open it in a third program to actually get the G code to process. And this program interfaces with the plasma cutter. So we're going to cut a test sheet out of just some scrap thin metal. Make sure it looks like it fits right and everything. Go. That was uneventful. So this is why we cut a thin sheet first, so we can test fit it and make adjustments. So this needs to come up to here, however many millimeters that is, on both sides.
We'll get a caliper.
And then we can cut out another test sheet and make sure it's good. But with welding and grinding and all that stuff, it's going to fit nicely when it's done. So this angle is actually looking really good right here. It's pretty good, but it's this little chunk we need to add in there. Was it, what, 25? If you add 25 to it?
Yeah, 25 will leave us plenty. Let's see.
I think 25 on both sides, because this thing is...
You want to go straight up?
Yeah, just go straight up.
Straight up and then straight out from this one.
Yep.
Then are we good on this side? Yep.
I think if we go 25 out and then maintain this like 25 out here,
yeah,
keep it parallel until it matches there. That's all we need. Yeah, we lost it. Piece of dirt in there. That's the first cut. Second cut, we're just kind of using micrometers here. And this one comes over these edges a little bit. Now this thing isn't, it's a giant pin that goes through here and is bolted at the bottom, so it's not like exactly centered. So we kind of got to work around that. But we more or less just have to take off a little bit, probably a 1/4 inch on each side, down to that line. barely gonna make it.
Just barely. Oh yeah. Oh good. No, looks really good this way. Yep. Like retardedly off. Dude, I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. I should have done a 1/4 inch on both sides.
Now, we can grind that inside corner out.
Nope, shouldn't have listened to Nate though.
Well, it's gotta be flush over here. So.
Well, you want to work on grinding that bad boy down, and I'll work on the other thing.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I gotta get a. Yeah, we'll do that. Just grind that whole inside edge out. We've made a cat. Alright, so it basically looks like a cat, but that's where the ball hitch is gonna go. And then we cut out big holes for safety chains and or toe straps or whatever. And then these are the points that go into the area where the safety pins are gonna go. Pop a disc?
Yeah.
Yep. Not wearing any safety squints? That's close. Just tack it.
What? What is happening to me, Nathaniel?
That I could not tell you.
Alright, he's tacked.
Alright, so I just tacked this corner just to kind of place it up here and see if it'll fit. And it looks like it does. And the reason we made it like this, corner to corner, is because then we actually have to fill in this entire area, ensuring that there's good penetration all the way through instead of just a butt that could have a gap in the middle. And then that bottom plate is going to be coming out the same length as this one, but that can basically just come out the bottom of here, and that'll be fine. So I'll get that thing welded up, and then we'll put a big C-clamp or something on there, get that bottom plate in place, and tack that in place.
Probably too soft for this. Oh, that's thick enough. I think it's fine.
Think so? Should I put another bead on there?
Oh yeah.
Should I?
Yeah.
Alright.
I want to make it as strong as possible. And ground it round.
Seemed to fit.
Actually, that is the shape of this. This isn't square. Oh.
Oh, is that thing angled?
I should have measured that. Yeah, it is angled.
Oh, no
So
way.
it fits better like
Oh,
this
sweet.
than it would have,
Being perfectly square.
yeah. Sometimes laziness pays off.
Well, shit.
Wow, that's
Alright, let's weld it up, and I gotta figure out how to put some holes in it.
Filling in that gap before I run a bead across it.
Still looks like a kitty cat.
Little Pac-Man ghost.
Nah, it's like an anime kitty cat. I think the shape of the big holes are like anime kitty cat eyes. Alright, so this thing slides on nicely. Hard to do that one-handed, it's a little heavy. But then I just took a marker here, and as best as I could, top and bottom, mark the holes. So then we just gotta take some measurements and transfer the markings to the other side so we can actually drill them. And once the holes are drilled, then we'll make some custom pins on the lathe to shove through and put a cotter pin in the bottom. And I'm not worried about the bottom of the pins hitting and scraping or anything like that, because this ball is going to be in here, and there's going to be threads underneath the ball as well that are going to hit far beyond anything else does. And there's no reason that this should be that low anyway. It'll be way up higher, so there's no, there's going to be plenty of clearance for anything down there. So we just got to drill the holes, make some pins, and then that thing will be more or less done until I paint it.
This is way off.
Yeah, that's where it's marked though. That's where it fits.
Oh, it's real bit of garbage. It's brand new, but it's
Is that the Performax one?
no. It's another one.
After much grueling aggravation, I have finally got 4 holes drilled in it, and it looks like I did a pretty good job lining everything up. So that should work out nicely. Alright. So I need to measure these holes. Millimeters. That's not right at all. Zero it out. And looks like we are at about 18 millimeters. 18.3. Which is just under 3/4 of an inch. So anything 7 should fit pretty well, or 6.5. Let's see, 6.5 is right there. Yeah, so if I make them 6.5, or yeah, 0.65 inches, or roughly, let's go back to millimeters, 16. Let's go up to 17 just to see how that fits. 17.13 is right there. Yeah, that fits. 17 with a little bit of clearance, because we're all the way up to almost 18.6 right there. Yeah, so anything under 17 millimeters should do it. So I have machined 2 pins for it, which are going to go through here. And then on the bottom, there's going to be a little clip that just keeps them from popping up. They are going to be plenty thick. These are thicker than normal. And there should not be any issue with that. If you think about it, the entire thing that holds your 2-inch receiver in on a regular trailer hitch is a single pin that's either probably a little bit thinner than this. This is going to have 2 of them, so we're going to have at least twice the strength, if not more. And all that's doing is a little bit of pulling action there. Once the trailer's moving and there's some momentum there, it's doing even less. So there's no real concern with that not being even close to strong enough. And this is the design that the commercially available ones are anyway. So we're just following a little bit of that. So we just happen to be acquiring and restoring some old machinery here. And this drill press just happened to come with a drill bit and a vise that's perfect for putting a couple holes in these, so I can use these pins at the bottom. So that's what I'm doing now. Just anything.
And we're through.
Alright, let's see if this thing fits. It's gonna go here. Put the pin and a pin. Okay, there you are. Alright. So it fits very nicely. We got the pins on the bottom. And there's actually very little play in it. A lot less than, you know, what the wheel lift has. So this thing will do very well once I put an actual ball in here. And it's extremely strong. If you notice the, I'll show you. The whole wheel lift and everything else is made out of 1/2 inch plate. So I made this out of 1/2 inch plate. So this is as strong, if not stronger, than the rest of the truck. So there should be absolutely no issues with whatever I want to lift with it. Obviously within reason. But there it is.